Welcome back, everyone. It is a shocking ending for the high-stakes trial of two suspected corporate pillagers. Today, reportedly, just moments before the verdict was reached, the judge in the Tyco grand larceny case declared a mistrial. The reason? A source tells the Associated Press that one of the jurors received an anonymous threat at the last moment. Now, prosecutors are already saying they will seek a retrial of former CEO Dennis Kozlowski and his former chief financial officer, both of them accused of pilfering $600 million from the corporate conglomerate. Trial attorney Lindley Jones is joining us now to take a closer look at this surprise ending. Hi, Lindley. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Rudy.
Mistrials, hard to come by. What do you think of this one? Was it reasonable cause to have a mistrial?
Absolutely, absolutely reasonable cause. And mistrials are not all that uncommon. A lot of times they occur very early on, but a mistrial after 6 months of trial and such a high-profile trial and so much work put into it by so many people is a tremendous disappointment. And in the words of the judge, what a shame.
What a shame. The juror been in controversy this whole time because supposedly the hand gesture to the defense. What kind of rights do jurors have? I mean, this one's name was published in the Wall Street Journal, the New York Post. Of course, CNN didn't publish it, but what kind of rights do jurors have?
Well, Rudy, interestingly enough, the rights of jurors are not really laid out in the law. They have been accepted by custom. And customarily, the press does not publish the name, for example, of jurors. But in this case, certain newspapers took it upon themselves to publish the name of this juror, and then she received a threatening letter that caused the mistrial. And we don't know a lot about this letter yet. We don't know who it was from. We don't know exactly what the threat was. And the interesting question will be whether revealing the juror's name gave someone access to send that letter. We don't know that yet.
What about the non-unanimous jury verdicts that everyone's talking about now, talking about changing how the whole jury system works?
Right, because this jury struggled with one juror that felt differently than everybody else. She was the holdout. She was the one holding out for not guilty. And so lots of people have started to clamor today for non-unanimous juries, for the law to change to allow just a majority or to allow 9 out of 12 jurors to agree or 11 out of 12 jurors. Huge mistake. It would basically undermine everything American jurisprudence is based on. A jury is not supposed to just take a vote and the most hands wins. A jury is supposed to deliberate and come to a consensus. And sometimes, Rudy, the holdout is right. The system anticipates that there are going to be cases where someone is acquitted or where there's a mistrial because there's a holdout.
Very quickly, because we've run out of time, the Tyco trial, it'll be the same judge, different jury.
Presumably the same judge, different jury, whole trial over again. This is something that happens. It's basically a do-over. There aren't 2 outcomes to a criminal trial. There are potentially 3, a conviction, an acquittal, or a mistrial as in this case. So we'll do it all over again.
Dramatic, dramatic day in that trial. Thank you very much, Lindley Jones.
Thank you for having me.